Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new crime thriller Bluff, and this is from writer-director Sheikh, Shahnawaz, and focuses on Detective Miller, who is undercover as Danny, who is a heroin addict, and he loops in a young drug addict to help him try to take down a big drug dealer. And this film hits a lot of the familiar beats that you expect from like an undercover cop movie. But in this particular situation, you have Danny, who is a loner. He doesn't really have anybody except his handler from the police force, who at first is very cold and distant from him. And as he begins to get connected and feel more connected with Danny or Detective Miller is kind of spiraling and really leaning into this Danny persona and getting caught up in this, doing things that he wouldn't necessarily do and winding up having to do drugs and hurt people and do terrible things. And along the way, he have Cooks, played by Jason Adam, who does a really fine job in this film, along with Gurj, Gill, who does play Detective Miller. And Cooks is a tragic character. He is a young man who really is struggling, getting pulled into this situation that he had no intention getting involved in. And you see him spiraling, and what winds up happening is, this film doesn't hit you with too many surprises, except for maybe towards the very end where things get a little gray and complicated. But up to that point, you do get a lot of the necessary and expected beats throughout the film. You know Miller's going to be a little too attached to this undercover work, get a little too involved, get a little too attached to Imran, who is played by Nisaro, Karim, who plays this drug dealer. They build this connection, and then up until things come to a head in the third act of this film, it gets intense, and this film leaves you on a beat that is challenging and making you see the descent that Detective Miller went on to get to this point and what's going to happen to him at this point. Is he going to give in to this new life that he has been fake living for so long that it has become his life, or is he going to pull himself back out and return to the life that he had before? And this film is challenging in that way, even if narratively this doesn't always hit fresh or unique beats over the course of the almost 2-hour runtime of this film. There are some very tense moments. There are some very emotional moments. Overall, the direction is fine. It's pretty by the numbers in terms of like technical aspects of it, but it still is able to capture the tense environment that this film exists in. And when it really comes down to it, I think this is a really solid and effective crime thriller. So if that's your kind of thing, check this one out. But those are my thoughts on Bluff. Let me know what you think. Let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.